They're just a little bit better than the cannot be, will not be if they go 3-1 in their next 4 games. So we will see if indeed that happens. The 49ers get away with football murder, a team that is dotted with special mistakes, a game that was just dotted with special teams mistakes. The Niners put it in the win column some way, somehow. That one stings if you're Tampa Bay more than it probably even feels good if you're the 49ers. They just got away with football murder. They will absolutely take that day of getting away with football murder. Let's look at some stats here. 338 passing yards for Brock Purdy. I had people saying in the second quarter that Brock was the problem. He threw for 338. The penalties. This is where the Niners nearly let the entire day go. Look at those penalties, and it felt like it didn't feel just like 4 of them come on the final drive. The Niners lose the penalty battle. They lose the turnover battle, but they still win. Let's see what Christian McCaffrey ends up with. 13 carries, 39 yards. The Niners won this game with only 75 rushing yards. Wow. Wow, that's it. Nobody had Tampa Bay like winning the rushing yards battle today, but they did. 110-75. Juwan Jennings, nearly 100 yards and 7 receptions. Ricky Pearsall, 4 catches, 73 yards, the first touchdown of his career. 3 catches and a huge touchdown for George Kittle. 5 catches, 62 yards. Brock spread it around. 6 catches, 68 yards. Christian McCaffrey, in his first game back, represents 100 yards of offense for the 49ers, and they needed it. Brock Purdy, 25 of 36, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times. Another quarterback rating that he'll be happy with, 119.3. Not bad. I'll tell you what, I'll take the lost in the playoffs over didn't even make the playoffs. And the 49ers lose this game, I don't even know if they're going to the playoffs. They needed this one. They absolutely needed this one. And then they're going to need the game against Seattle next week. And then they're going to need the game in Buffalo. And then they're going to need the game in Green Bay. And both those games are on the road. And good luck with all that. Boy, they got it done today. It feels like the assignment was done, but the job wasn't necessarily done. Where was Mason? Exactly. Is Jordan Mason going to be a forgotten man from here on out? Because if he is, that's a mistake. Maybe that shoulder's still screaming at him. Where's Isaac Guerrero? Where's Patrick Taylor? You cannot overfeed Christian McCaffrey when he just got back to the table. Let me say this about Staley and Schneider. Do you see this? It was easy to say this defense didn't get its job done there, right? But look at this. Only 116 yards for Baker Mayfield, and he played out of his ass on that last game, right? You're holding a quarterback to 4 yards per average completion. You've done a good job defensively. Again, Bucky Irving got a little looser than you want to see, but that's what Bucky Irving's been doing all season long. He's been a very impressive rookie. 27 carries, 110 yards, 4.1 average. All of those numbers can get better. But the 49ers didn't nearly lose today's game defensively. They nearly lost today's game with 3 special teams mistakes involving the kicker and 1 gift of great field position to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, a gift. I'll fire Brian Schneider today. I would fire Brian Schneider in the locker room on the tarmac. I would do it right now. Yes. Sorensen isn't going anywhere. Staley is not going anywhere on a day where the defense, honestly, was less offensive to me than the offense was in some points in this game. Defensive coordinators don't get fired after 215 total yard afternoons allowed by their units. If you came to this game for inspiration, as a Niner fan, I don't think you found it, but there were a couple of good things that happened today. Christian McCaffrey has re-entered the chat, and you started the season, second half of the season, with a win. At the end of this, if you are 7-2 in these final 9 games, and I don't think you were getting a 7-2 with a loss today. I don't think you're getting a 7-2 with a loss today. So you needed to put this one in the win column, and it went in the win column. Was it inspiring? Are you ready to start printing the t-shirts? Are you ready to start booking that flight to New Orleans? Hell no. This is the result that the 49ers needed. Samuel versus Tabor Pepper. We got a fight out there. There was a little anger, a little frustration boiling over there. No doubt about it. Look, it's a game of emotion played by, men who've got high stakes in every play that they make. Congrats to him on his first NFL touchdown. Yeah, let's talk about some of the positive things today. Ricky Pearsall got into the end zone for the very first time. Christian McCaffrey is back in the room. George Kittle continues to be one of the best players in the NFL. Best all-world tight end, no doubt about it. That guy does everything. I think that Kyle needs to get more aggressive with a kicker who, you have to be losing trust in this kicker. You have to be. I'm kind of losing trust. But Kyle has decided that he's not going to give any at all about special teams. He just doesn't. He continues. Kyle Shanahan continues to allow special teams mediocrity to slip into every single game. I can't even explain it. It doesn't feel like a team that is destined for greatness, but I can tell you right now with great accuracy that every single thing the 49ers still want out of this season is mathematically available for them. They can still win their division. They can still be a playoff team. So let's see what happens. Survive. And so now they get to advance to a Seattle game at home, which they must have. You do not want to go dropping a game against your division rival at home. And then it's the two toughest road games of the year. At Buffalo and at Green Bay. You got to beat Seattle to start this second half 2-0. You got to split Buffalo, Green Bay. You got to pick up one of those road wins. And if you are at the end of this 4-game stretch, a 3-1 football team, again, I know that there are going to be people who constantly just want to tell me what the 49ers cannot be, will not be. They're just a little bit better than the cannot be, will not be if they go 3-1 in their next 4 games. So we will see if indeed that happens. It's okay to say that Christian wasn't running like he usually does. I'm not saying he sucks or didn't contribute to the passing game. It's just a fact. Normally he has 2 times the average yard per carry. It's the first game back. Look how bad Trent Williams was in his first game back. Look at how bad Brandon Ayuk was in all games back. The fact that you got that out of Christian McCaffrey in his first game back, I'm good with it. I think he's only going to get better. I'm not going to start the betting against Christian McCaffrey. Not now. And neither should you. Because without Christian McCaffrey unlocking this offense the rest of the way, you're kind of so that's what you need. You need an awful lot of Christian McCaffrey the rest of the way. And please do remember, it weren't pretty, but the Niners won. And sports don't build character, they reveal it.
Thanks for watching. Tune into the Damon Bruce Show live on YouTube every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.